Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, and like this video. That helps me to keep making videos. I'd appreciate it majorly. I can't not say that now. I've tried. It's permanently stuck. So Justin Amash has he's gotten out of the Republican Party. And, I mean, it's not the hugest deal in the world. I think this, obviously, he's become anti-Trump. He's the only Republican that called for Trump's impeachment, sort of joining with Democrats on that. Although he's not some, moderate Republican. That's not his reason for doing that. I'm not for impeachment of Trump. I think it's silly. But, you just beat him in the election if you want to beat him. And he's going to lose. He is going to lose. Trump is going to lose the 2020 election. But, Amash he's a libertarian. He's a staunch libertarian. So he opposes basically what all the conservatives used to oppose before Trump, and before they became such little wussies that are so scared of Trump that they just do anything he says. I admired him for standing up to Trump. Anybody who does, it's just pathetic watching people who are afraid to. So, and he seemed like a nice guy. I saw him in his town hall. He was totally reasonable. He's a libertarian. I'm a libertarian. Libertarian is a good thing. Not that that really matters anymore. None of it matters. It's all about the money in Washington. I mean, that was the one thing about the, libertarian things that I like. It's a small government, but it never gets any smaller. It's just a matter of who gets the money. So, whatever. I'm going to keep going. I think this saves him from being primaried. That's one thing, I mean, this might be a strategic move. He even mentions in here the idea of being a third-party libertarian candidate in the presidential election, which is absolutely a possibility and is a little bit of a threat to Trump. And I guarantee you, even though Trump will act all tough and so will Don Jr., they'll think twice about coming after him in this election, in his own House election. He's a congressman from Michigan. It's the what district is it? It's the 3rd district. It's sort of central Michigan. Here's Detroit. It's not central Michigan. I don't know what you call that, but that's where his district is. I assume it's a fairly wealthy suburb, for a Republican to win it, And when I saw the town hall of him, right not long after calling for Trump's impeachment, it was big too. It was in a big auditorium, and the place was packed. And he had a lot of support in there. There were some people that were, staunch Trump supporters that came to voice their opinion in opposition to him. But he was getting, like standing ovations. But his crowd it seemed very, definitely, north of 40, north of 50, older crowd. So, and I assume that's a wealthy crowd as well. But as I was saying, him running as a third-party candidate, if he's able to put a candidacy together, I don't know all the requirements that are needed to run a presidential national campaign. And there are requirements. You need to get a certain amount of signatures, even to get on this and that, and to get on the debate stage, whatever. But if he did that, that could peel away 2-3%, or more or maybe a lot more of Trump's people who might otherwise vote for Trump, because they will just definitely never vote for a Democrat, and be a problem. And because of that, you watch, Trump will back off his threats of him. And whatever primary candidate who I saw, he's been on Fox, of course, who's pretty much, I don't think ever won office anywhere, just a staunch, major Trump supporter who was going to run primary him. And Trump will back off of that, I think. I don't know. I guess that primary candidate, well, now he'll be the main candidate. He'll be the Republican candidate. And he wasn't really impressive at all. I like this guy. I'm not for impeachment, but I did like him. As soon as I heard him talk, even as he's addressing the media, and they're walking along with him when this became news of him of calling for Trump's impeachment. I did like him. So that's pretty much, the story there. I'm not going to read through this. I just told you it. Trump's going to lose in 2020. Then I know all the people who love Trump don't want to hear, don't want to hear that or don't agree with it, but he's going to. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example, like the census thing that's in the news right now, which is a joke. This is a complete joke, all right? And, because that's supposed to be like Trump being tough, that he's going to, even though the Supreme Court ruled that he can't do that and it's got to go back, or the lower court ruling's got to be held up. I don't know all the particulars. I don't care. But, just the fact that he's like, he made that a major news issue yesterday. He said he's proceeding anyways, and his Justice Department is going to find ways to put that on the question of whether or not you're a citizen on the census, survey that they hand out and ask people for. That's his accomplishment on immigration, okay? That's what he's going to hang his hat on. This man who basically ran on immigration, all right, and said how he was going to stop it and make it. It's 1,000 times worse than it was under Obama, and it's as bad as it's ever been. Under Trump, he's the president, but that's what that's about. That's the census quenches. So basically, that's what you get for your support. Well, billionaires are getting richer than ever, and he's one of them. But you get a question on the Census Bureau that says, ask people if they're a citizen or not. That's his being tough. It's a joke. I saw the article about fining immigrants a $500,000. Same thing. It's complete ridiculous, where it does nothing. Nothing, but it makes it sound like he's tough when the border is a mess. I don't even care about the border. I'm not I'm not for open borders, definitely not for that. But I'm not it's just not that important to me. I'm just telling you that you're being made whatever. I don't want to insult people, but it's silly. The trade deficit soared this week. Soared! And the number one was China. Number one. The economy's doing really well, but I'm not convinced that it's all Trump. I'm not at all. And that's, I don't know who's going to beat him. I thought, even though, I thought it's Warren. I thought it was her, even though she's goofy. Okay? She is goofy. But the thing about her, and I don't support almost all the stuff. I'm just telling you. I don't support, I don't want to go into it. I do not, the fact that people bow down before this man, grown-ups, and are so afraid of him is a humongous problem. It doesn't matter how good he is, and he's not that good. Believe me, he's just that's what we're told, So, I thought it was Warren, but I agree that, she's because she's smart enough to take him on in the debates. The others aren't. And I still think that. It's just basically my wife thinks no way. But so that gives me pause, because actually even my wife is one of the least political persons in the world. Her political instincts are very good, and if she says Trump's going to win, I actually stop in my tracks and wonder. But all right, well, that's the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.